Hi, I'm Steve, and on this channel, I tell you about fascinating things related to our world and beyond. Today, we're gonna find out, what if the moon was made of cheese? Let's go. It started as a quiet Tuesday evening, the kind where the wind hums through the trees and crickets conduct a symphony only they can appreciate. Dr. Eliza Hartley, an astrophysicist with an unhealthy obsession with dairy products, was staring at the night sky through her telescope, muttering something about Gruyere gravitational anomalies. Most people might have considered this behavior eccentric, but in her lab, it was considered Tuesday. Tonight, however, the universe had a peculiar sense of humor, and it decided to test Eliza's professional and gastronomic curiosity. The moon blinked, not metaphorically. It literally blinked. A small, subtle flicker, like the eyelid of some cosmic dairy giant, shifted in its craters. Eliza squinted, thinking she'd finally spent too much time calculating orbital mechanics while sampling aged cheddar. But then came the smell. That unmistakable aroma of aged Gouda wafted through her telescope lens, wafting into her nose with alarming insistence. "No," she whispered, "it can't be."
By morning, the world had changed. Satellite data revealed a density anomaly that no rock could possibly explain. NASA, in a state of collective hysteria, confirmed what Eliza had feared, hoped for, and secretly fantasized about. The moon was, indeed, made entirely of cheese. Scientists held emergency meetings. Dairy farmers were consulted, as if they held the key to the cosmos. And the International Space Station crew was told to pack crackers. Meanwhile, Eliza was drafting her first scientific paper, titled Lunar Lactose: Implications for Astronomy and Snack Science. It turned out that the moon's cheesy composition had dramatic effects on physics. Some expected, some less so. The tides, now slightly curdled, began behaving unpredictably. Oceans surged as though stirred by an invisible spoon. Gravity, slightly diminished because cheese is less dense than rock, gave humans the mild sensation of walking on a trampoline. Kids discovered they could jump higher than ever before, leading to an unexpected spike in backyard acrobatics injuries. Eliza documented everything with a mixture of awe and delight, noting particularly that the moon's gravitational pull now caused cows to look slightly concerned, though she was unsure if it was scientifically relevant.
Then came the entrepreneurial wave. Companies rushed to patent lunar cheese extraction techniques. Luxury brands offered moon brie in space-proof packaging, claiming it had hints of stardust and subtle lunar essence. NASA considered creating a moon dairy division, but debates broke out over whether astronauts would require cheese helmets to survive the cosmic environment. Meanwhile, conspiracy theorists shouted that cheese had been hidden on the moon all along, planted by extraterrestrial cheesemakers as part of a galactic culinary experiment. Eliza, however, had bigger questions. How was the moon made of cheese in the first place? Her research led her to propose a theory both terrifying and hilarious. Billions of years ago, an alien civilization had visited the young Earth and left a massive wheel of cosmic cheese in orbit as a snack for future intelligent life. The crust hardened into rock over time, but the interior remained delectably dairy. This explained the moon's sudden blink. Cosmic cheese aging processes could create minute shifts in its appearance. She published her findings, fully expecting ridicule, only to be hailed as a genius when a piece of the moon accidentally fell into a crater on Earth and tasted exactly like triple cream brie. As society adapted to the lunar cheese, weird side effects emerged. Some people reported dreamlike visions of fondue rivers and celestial cheese platters. Economists struggled with the implications of cheese futures trading, while philosophers debated whether eating the moon would be ethically acceptable. Governments argued about sovereignty. Did any nation own the rights to celestial dairy? Meanwhile, cats everywhere seemed inexplicably agitated, staring up at the sky with profound disdain. Eventually, Eliza took a trip to the moon funded by a private space tourism company that specialized in edible astro adventures. Wearing a specially designed anti-lactose suit, she bounced lightly across the surface, leaving footprints in soft, golden curds. She dipped her fingers into the moon's craters and tasted history itself, savoring the tangy richness that no earthly cheese could replicate. Standing there, under a sky glittering with stars, she realized that science had never been this delicious. The universe, she thought, had a very particular sense of humor, but also impeccable taste. And so, humanity's relationship with the moon transformed overnight. Once a pale, distant rock, it became a symbol of culinary curiosity, scientific wonder, and absurdly literal cheese puns. Astronomy textbooks now contain diagrams of lactose layers and curd density, while space agencies debated whether to include crackers in all future missions. And every time someone looked up at the night sky, they smiled, knowing that the moon wasn't just a celestial body, it was a giant, grinning, edible masterpiece.